Warning, the following video will contain content that is not appropriate for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, what the fuck is up, everyone? Welcome back for another one of my Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battle. Fuck yeah. Alright, so today I'm here to piss off some liberals, as is, well, my existence kind of does that because, again, I'm a straight white male, so, you know, that means by default I'm a terrible person, and I should be ashamed of my own existence. Because it was totally my own fault that I existed, you know, it's not like it's my parents' fault or anything, you know. So, yeah, but I should just, you know, straight up apologize for my existence, according to the far left, so, yeah. But, guess what? Not gonna happen. Why? Because I am unapologetically who I am, and anyone who has a problem with who I am can suck a big, fat, fucking cock. Because I don't give a shit about your fucking opinions. Simple as that. I don't. Anywho, let's get on with this today. So I'm here to offend people and piss people off. Why? Because I'm an asshole. An asshole who believes in the truth. Now, for those of you who missed it, I want to say it was maybe last week or something. I did a rant kind of discussing my overall thoughts on the whole transgenderism thing. You know, like, I have no problem with, like, you know, people who are lesbians, gay, bi, queer, any of that kind of shit. Like, hey, man, whatever floats your boat, if that works for you, then hey, all the more power to you. I don't think it makes you special or anything. I just think it makes you who you are, granted. I don't think those people should be propped up on a pedestal for being gay or anything, you know. It's just, it is what it is, you know. It's like, whatever. You know, and to a certain extent, I kind of feel the same way about, like, transgender people. Like, to me, it's like, yeah, whatever. I don't really care. You know, like, I care more about what kind of a person are you rather than about, like, what gender you identify as, who you like to have sex with, how you like to have sex. Like, that's none of my fucking business, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't give a fucking shit, one way or the other. I really don't. And I want to make it abundantly clear. And I kind of have similar thoughts about the whole transgender thing. Like, generally speaking, I don't care. The only thing I ask out of the transgender people, the only thing I ask is that you don't expect the rest of the world to buy into your delusions, because transgenderism is, by definition, basically delusionalism. It is. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, I'm sorry, you either are a man or you are a woman. There is no such thing as true transgenderism, because it is entirely impossible with our current technology to transcend gender. It is not possible. You may think it's possible just because you mutilate your cock and turn it into a fake vagina, which, you know, still doesn't make you not a man. Sorry. Like, that's the fucking way it is. Shit, kind of lost my train of thought a little bit there. But, yeah, no, like, that's the fucking way it is. Okay? Like, again, I wish we lived in a world where you could just switch your genders, but it is impossible to transcend gender. Now, you can dress in drag, you can put on makeup, you know, put on some fake titties or whatever, you know, like, you can dress in drag and shit like that. That doesn't make you transgender, it just makes you a transvestite. You know, I hate that people have gotten away from using the term transvestite, because that's what it really is. You know, there is no such thing as being able to transcend your given gender. Your God-given gender. There is no way with our current technology to transcend your gender that you were given by God at birth. Or, sorry, for those of you people who out there who don't believe in a religion or whatever, the gender that you were given by nature. You know, this thing called nature. There is no such thing as true transcendence of gender. It is not possible with our current technology. Now, I'm not saying that in the future, theoretically, it is possible, but we, as a species, do not possess the ability to truly transcend gender. It is not possible. You can mutilate all the cocks and vaginas that you want. You can mutilate the human body as much as you want. But you still are and will always be the gender that you were assigned at birth. That is the fact of the matter. And I care about the truth, and I care about the fact of the matter. Now, that being said, again, at the end of the day, whatever you want to do, if you want to, say, oh, I'm a woman or whatever, I identify as a woman when you're a man, or if you're a man who says, oh, I want to identify as a woman, I don't fucking care. Again, my overall thoughts on the whole transgender thing is that, generally speaking, I don't really care. I still think it's delusional, granted, and I'm entitled to my opinions as well, whether you like them or not. If you don't like my opinions, that's your fucking problem, not mine. That's the way I see it. But, I mean, it is still delusionalism. Transgenderism is delusionalism. Now, I'm not saying that because you want to identify as something else that makes you a bad person necessarily. Okay? I want to make it abundantly clear. Again, like I said, at the end of the day, I don't really care that much. If you want to identify as whatever the fuck you want to identify as, I don't really care. The only thing I have ever asked out of the whole transgender, thing is just don't expect the rest of the world to buy into your delusions and to feed into your delusions. If you expect the rest of the world to live by your worldview, then you're an asshole. I don't expect people out there to agree with everything that I say. In fact, I expect people to fervently disagree with me. Granted, I think I'm right. I think everything that I say is right. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't say it if I didn't think it was right. But I don't expect everyone in the world to fucking agree with me. In fact, I expect hostile fucking resistance to some of the shit that I say. Again, quite the opposite. I expect people to harshly disagree with me. Very much so. That's something that I've come to expect. You put yourself out there on the internet like I have. You gotta expect that kind of shit's gonna happen sooner or later. And if you don't expect that to happen, then you're a fucking fool. Don't put yourself out there on the internet if you can't handle the backlash. And I can handle the backlash. Why? Because I enjoy fucking with people. In a metaphorical sense. I mean, possibly in a literal sense, but then again, I'm obviously, if you couldn't tell by the massive amount of videos that I've produced over the past, 10 years of YouTubing, I'm obviously a virgin, so, So maybe I'd enjoy fucking in a literal sense. I don't know. I've never fucked anyone literally, so who knows. But anyway, I enjoy fucking with people, so, I don't mind, facing backlash for any of the stupid shit that I say and do on this channel. And I have said and done some pretty stupid shit on this channel. I'll be the first one to admit it, but at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I'm just out here to have some fucking fun at the end of the day. That's all I give a shit about. If I hurt your fragile little feelings, I don't care. I'm sorry, but I've got better fucking things to worry about. But here's the thing. Again, with the whole transgenderism thing. Every woman should be absolutely fucking disgusted with the transgender movement. Because they're destroying the very idea of womanhood. Like, honestly, every woman should be infuriated and outraged by the insane ideas that the left is pushing. Like, honest to God. Hell, I'm pissed that they're destroying the idea of what it means to be a man, that they're destroying the idea of manhood by claiming it's, toxic masculinity. Like, sorry that I like to listen to my rock music super loud. Sorry that I like to drive my car fast. Sorry that I like going to NASCAR races. Sorry that I have a functioning set of testicles and a big fat throbbing cock. Sorry that I have too much fucking facial hair. But I will not genuinely apologize for any of that, because obviously none of that is shit that I can control. I mean, the facial hair thing to a certain extent, but honestly, I don't shave because, like, my beard grows so fucking fast that I'd literally have to shave every day, and I'm just like, ha! Fuck that, man. Fuck that shit. That's why I don't shave. I just let my beard grow out, and it's beautiful. Although I did shave it last year just because one of my coworkers was going through a really rough time, and she wanted to see what I looked like without a beard, so I'm like, all right, well, this will cheer her up. So, you know, I did it just to be nice, but it grew back pretty quick. Again, luckily, because I grow facial hair really fucking fast. Like, I don't mean to brag, but I grow facial hair, like, really, really fucking fast. But yeah, I don't understand why not every single woman should be utterly appalled and disgusted by the fact that the whole transgenderism movement is destroying the very idea of womanhood. They're destroying women's sports. I'd be fucking pissed if I was a woman and then some mediocre male athlete came in and just started dominating. I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? This is bullshit. You know, with certain things, you know, there are only a few sports where it's fair for men and women to compete against each other. That being motorsports, maybe something like poker, which isn't even really a sport, honestly. But, like, maybe bowling, I could see. Maybe something like darts. You know, but, like, only a few fucking sports. And not that darts is really a sport, but, you know, I should say, like, games where women and men can compete against each other and it would be fair. You know, that's why I've always loved motorsports. Again, I'm a huge advocate for, like, women's sports and women's rights and shit like that. 100%. I always have been and always will be. I want to make that abundantly fucking clear. That's why I'm the one out here standing up for, you know, the idea of womanhood. Which I never thought that I would be the one out here defending women's rights, but here we are. This is the stupid world we live in, but I've you know, hell, one of my favorite things to watch at work is fucking women's softball. Because for those of you who don't know, like, I work at a sports bar, and we have, like, a ton of TVs on the walls and shit. And one of my favorite things to watch is women's softball. I watch that shit all the time. Honestly, to me, I think softball is more interesting than baseball. Granted, same basic concept, but I always loved the way, like, the pitchers pitch in softball, you know, the way they do that, like, windmill thing with their arms. I always think it's really cool, you know. That's why, honestly, if I had to pick a sport to watch, I would rather watch softball than, you know, baseball, honestly. But yeah, I've always been a huge advocate for women's sports. Hell, I've gone out of my way on my YouTube channel to support video games that feature female characters. I've done that on purpose. Even in video games where, like, you get the choice to choose between playing as a male character or a female character, almost every fucking time I will play as the female character. Almost every fucking time. Like, 9 out of 10 times I will play as the female character. There's only been maybe a few times in the entire history of my YouTube channel where I've, you know, chosen the male character over the female character. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's fucking ridiculous. That out of all the people in the world, I am the one out here defending the idea of womanhood. Because I believe that womanhood, like manhood, is a beautiful thing and should be celebrated. Not diminished by these transgender selfish pricks who want to fucking go into women's sports and just dominate everything. You don't see the reverse happening. Why? Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe because of this thing called biology that everyone has seemed to forget about? We're all supposed to follow the science, right? Okay, let's apply that equally to every fucking issue. Just a thought. Again, I don't claim to be the smartest fucking guy in the room. Hell, I'm far from it. But this is simple fucking shit. I'm sorry, like, you know, I'm not sorry. You know, I'm not going to pretend like I'm sorry. Fuck that. I'm not sorry. Men are men, women are women. Two genders. Deal with it. You are what you are. Make the most of the cards that you are dealt. That's how it should be. If you are a biological male, you have no right whatsoever to compete in women's sports simply because you mutilate your cock and put on some lipstick and some eyeliner and grow your fucking hair out. It is wrong and it is immoral. Simple as that. These fucking psychopaths are destroying the very idea of womanhood, and it disgusts me. It fucking disgusts me. It is as simple as that. Every woman should be absolutely disgusted by the transgender movement, as should every man. Every man and woman, everyone who's basically not a part of the transgender movement should be disgusted by the transgender movement. Again, at the end of the day, I don't really care. The only thing I've ever asked is that you stop destroying the idea of manhood and womanhood. We need to stop pretending like these people are anything other than what they are. That being delusional. And again, at the end of the day, I want to make it clear. I don't really care that much. You know, like if you want to pretend to be a man or pretend to be a woman when you're the other gender, I don't really care that much. But don't expect the rest of the world to buy into your delusions. That is all I've ever said. That's all I ever will say. But honestly, I find it shocking that not every single woman in this country and in the world is not utterly disgusted by the transgender movement. They're destroying the very idea of womanhood and taking opportunities away from real women. And to me, that's disgusting and immoral. That's my humble opinion. Sorry if you disagree with it. Sorry if you're offended by it. But the real kicker is that I'm really not that sorry. I just say that out of force of habit sometimes. You know, because I'm kind of a sarcastic asshole. I don't know if any of you noticed that, but yeah, that guy multi-step, kind of a little bit of a sarcastic asshole. But then again, that's kind of my thing. Kind of works for me, so, you know. Is what it is. Again, at the end of the day, I want to make it abundantly clear. I don't really care. I think people who are transgender need, honestly, professional help, and I feel kind of bad for them, but at the same time, when they're trying to push these insane ideas upon the rest of us and trying to tell us that the truth isn't really what the truth is, and that we should all accept the false truth as the truth, to me, that's just fucked up. Like, there's no other way to put it. It's fucked up. And I, for one, will not buy into their bullshit. Simple as that. All right, well, either way, guys, that will do it for that one. That's about all I have to say, so. Yeah, all right, well, either way, guys, stay tuned for the next Pokemon Battle Revolution discussion battle coming up next. Until then, peace out.